Take a look at that. That is the excavation of the world's oldest known shipwreck. And I was lucky enough to be a part of that. One of the people that watched the vlogs actually did some research on me and figured out that I was one of the people that worked on the Uluburun wreck, which is one of the oldest known shipwrecks ever excavated, which was off the Turkish shore in the Mediterranean. And that shipwreck actually rewrote more history than any other archaeological discovery in the last century. I got to hold the world's oldest known book in my hand. This vlog is a two-parter, what I want to talk about. When you put yourself out there, things happen. Now, when I decided that I was going to travel around the world some years back, the first thing that I did was to put it out to friends and family that was it. I was shutting everything down, selling my business, selling everything I owned, and I was going to travel around the world for 3 years. When you put that kind of thing out there, people start to respond to it. You start setting up, things in motion. And for me, one of the things that was set up, and I had asked friends, I said, look, I'm going to travel around the world. I don't know exactly where I'm going to go. Kind of be a free spirit and float around the world. And I asked people, I said, if you know anybody at different places around the world, please let me know. Give me their names, hook me up with them, and I'll see if I can go and see them when I'm there. And so one of the friends actually had a friend from Turkey. His name was Tufan, and he asked me when I came and visited him for lunch one day in Los Angeles before I left on my trip, he said, yeah, if you come by Turkey, and you're down around Kaş on the Med, come down and see us. I don't think he thought that I would take him seriously, but I did. And about a year later, I showed up and I wrote him a letter while I was traveling. I said, look, I'm coming to Kaş. I'd like to come and help out. And then he said, well, send me your CV. And then I sent my CV, and he realized I was a filmmaker. And he said, hey, you know what? We kind of have use for you. Can you come down and do some underwater photography for me on the shipwreck? And I said, sure. And I ended up spending 2 summers. 2 summers in Turkey, going back the second time. The first time I was excavating the world's oldest known shipwreck. And the second time, and we finished it on that. We brought everything up on that last trip that I was on. They were doing it for 11 years. And then the second summer I went down there and I helped refit the dive vessel, which is that guy right there. That was the dive ship, and that was the Uluburun area that we stayed in. Just about an hour's boat ride from any kind of civilization, and 50 meters deep in the ocean, 200 feet deep was this old 3,400-year-old shipwreck. When you put yourself out there and you make it known what your intentions are, you never know the kind of things that are going to pop up. Now, as a two-parter, in the second part of this, I'm going to talk about when I was down below the ocean, down on that, 50, 60 meters down, I ran out of air at 60 meters down, and there's no way to come back up. Thank God they had a phone booth there.